Welcome to Wrestle-Gay-nia,
your favorite queer wrestling recap show on Jet Space Magazine. I'm El Sanchez.
And I'm Val Nigro.
I love wrestling.
And it's against my religion.
This episode, we didn't have a pay-per-view to review because it's not till later in the month. So instead, we watched a WWE reality show that is very popular, I think. But anyway, we watched the most recent to us episode of Total Divas. I think it's like season 7. We watched episode 4, season 7. Total Divas is a reality
Big air quotes.
Yeah, reality show that tells the real behind the scenes lives of the women of the WWE. Not all of them, just a handful of them. They're already, like we said, this is season 7, so there's a lot we might not know, but this is much
like watching actual wrestling. There is a lot of backstory that I don't know about, and you do.
Yeah. But this the series we're watching, the season we're watching, involves the Bella twins, Nikki and Brie Bella, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lana, the Ravishing Russian. I don't know if she goes by a last name. That's Rusev's wife as well. Also, Maurice. And
is their last name just the Russians?
Yeah. Well, he's the Bulgarian.
Oh,
Maurice,
right.
Don't forget. And then the Maurice and the Miz. And also Natalia, our favorite.
Natty.
And Natty Ice, I like to call her.
Natty Light.
And Carmella, who had the Money in the Bank title for a long time. She's from Staten Island. She's
not New Jersey.
Not New Jersey.
You always reference her as if her and I are like brethren, but we're not. Honestly, my head was spinning after watching this because I was like, how deep in are you getting me into these people's fake lives? It's like it's like they're wrestling, and then this is like fake behind the scenes of their real life. I was like, what is reality? Like,
that's the real question.
I still don't know. I guess wrestling now? Look what have you done to me? Let's move on.
So the most intense part, intense isn't the right word. The most important, I don't know.
Affecting, compelling.
Yeah, the biggest part of this episode would be about breastfeeding. Brie Bella, she's part of the Bella twins, who haven't been wrestling for a while. They've both been out because Brie got married to Daniel Bryan, and they had a baby. And then Nikki Bella, who's also in the show, she is now engaged to John Cena. They don't have any kids together, but they got engaged at Wrestle-Mania. Anyway. But
the legacies. I love it.
Right. But Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan, whose real name is Bryan Danielson. So in the show, he is referred to as Bryan because that's his actual name. But his wrestling name is Daniel Bryan. I have his shirt on. See? Him and Brie Bella, they had a baby a while back.
Also named Birdie to keep up the alliteration of the family.
Birdie. I wish their last name was Bella because then it would make sense.
That'd be cute.
But it's so Birdie, Brie, and Bryan. And they're one happy family. But this whole episode is about how Brie is now breastfeeding Birdie.
Another B word.
Brie is breastfeeding Birdie and also finds out that she can donate breast milk.
Yes.
How exciting. Which is cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. It's cool. Very cool to bring attention to that good cause.
Yeah.
Also, but the way they go about it is like, they're just like driving in the car and Brie's like, I found out that I can donate breast milk. And Brian's like, what? Oh, no, cool. Like, breast milk, I totally support this cause.
Right. There is a lot of back patting in this episode of the donating of breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Brie Bella being like, I'm so lucky to be able to breastfeed my baby. And like, that's so exciting. Like not all women get to do that.
Yeah.
And which is true. And not all women breastfeed as well, and not all people who breastfeed are women. But
Good point.
so a lot of the episode is her trying to pump. She's pumping like every 3 hours.
She has a pump quota though. Like she has to get to 100 ounces, that's a fucking lot of breast milk.
Yeah. So they do show a lot of breast milk pumping,
which is cool. Everybody's like body pause about it.
Yeah. Nobody's weird about it, which is cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate she pumps when they're at the Comic-Con to promote their Barbie dolls.
Yeah, and then one of their friends asked the question that I think was on everyone's mind, which is, have you tasted your own breast milk?
Yeah.
She said no.
Which is weird. I would.
Yeah, I would. Who wouldn't?
Right, most people
she probably did. I just don't think
it's taboo.
The WWE didn't want her to say yes, but we know she did.
The truth, Brie.
Maybe Brian has. Is that too weird?
No. I had a friend who used to use a breast pump just so her partner could suckle her boobs, and she wasn't even pregnant.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
Yeah, this is actually bringing up a lot of really good topics.
Yeah.
Good topics.
Yeah, so that was the majority of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, she did donate a chunk of her, not a chunk, but she donated some breast milk.
She didn't reach 100, but she's still, like, everybody still, like, wore matching Milk Warrior t-shirts.
Yeah, they said Milk Warrior.
And celebrated and took, like, a group photo, so.
And she was like, and every ounce matters. So it turns out I didn't even have to do 100. It's every ounce.
Yeah.
Every ounce counts.
Every ounce counts.
Another important topic of this episode is Lana, the ravishing Russian, who is getting into wrestling in the ring. This time period of this episode is when she starts doing actual singles wrestling, which is exciting. She's excited about. She's taking it really seriously. Turns out everybody finds Lana annoying. We find out.
Yeah, she's kind of like doing too much. Because Natalia and Nia and they're all, and Carmella are hanging out drinking mimosas and
with slouchy tops on.
Yeah,
as you do.
Yeah, she's really put together. And Natalia's just right off the bat is like, Lana won't stop blowing up my phone at 3 a.m. She's like, she's literally like, I didn't sleep well because Lana won't leave me the fuck alone.
Right. And then as she's doing that, the phone keeps beeping, and then there's a little graphic that they put on that's supposed to be
a text.
A text from Lana.
But it's like pink. I'm like, what are you texting with? Like,
yeah, that's just like
G-chat.
Like, Natty, answer my phone. Natty. And then she's just like, oh yeah, she's blowing up my phone.
Natty, are you mad at me?
Natty, should I do a spring move or a choke slam? And she's like, oh my God, stop calling me. It's so annoying. And then the other girls are just like, I have to.
Yeah. And then right on cue, Lana shows up.
Right.
And
which is like, someone let her in. That's a fucking gated community. Don't act like she just
appeared
up in some really expensive mansion in Pensacola and just like was like, whoops, just was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like thought I'd stop by, whatever.
Yeah. So she showed up actually I remember overalls, just like yours. Is that an homage to Lana?
Yeah, ones that fit better. I mean, this is a look.
It's a good look. It's very 90s.
Thank you.
But yeah, then Lana shows up and just starts going off about how, like, I need to get really good at wrestling right now or I'm never going to be famous. And they're all like, Nia got really mad and was like, you need to shut up. She was like, stop being such a little bitch. I was like, you were probably nutting during that part. But
Nia, the one thing I've learned from watching, I've seen more episodes of Total Divas than Val, but the thing I've learned especially from this season featuring Nia is how much more in love with her I am. Because not only is she just the most beautiful and amazing human being, and she's also a really good wrestler, she's also an asshole.
Yeah.
I love it. She's just always doing stuff like, have you ever done a gauntlet match? Do you even know what that is? Like, to people who've been like wrestling for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're such a bitch. I love it.
She has no holds bars. I mean, she was just like, Lana, you need to suck it up and stop being such a little bitch.
My favorite thing of watching these people in real life is they're in full makeup. They've got They've got acrylics on, which they probably have to remove when they actually get in the ring. But they've got that on. They've got their extensions and stuff. They're very put together and very like high femme, while also being like in really good shape and like wearing like expensive clothes. But there's a lot of like talking about wrestling, but then also being like, you know, like, well, why don't you cut a good promo for once? Like, I'm a master on the mic, and you're like, blah, blah.
I studied with Del Close, so what are you doing to improve your acting abilities?
Yeah, and Nia Jax is just like, we're in the ring, like, actually doing the work, and you're out there just whatever talking. I don't know. Natalia's
like, just stop texting me. Like, I blocked your number. Leave me alone.
Another important part of this episode, Brie and Nikki Bella unveil. Is that, I was going to say unleash. I don't think that's right. Their Barbie dolls at Comic-Con. There are other wrestlers there too who I believe also probably have Barbie dolls, but they focus mostly on the Bella twins because they're the reality stars, and the other wrestlers there didn't sign up to be on a reality show. So Charlotte Flair is always like, you see her in the clips they show of the wrestling shows, and then you see her kind of pass by the camera, but she doesn't ever talk to the camera. But the Bella twins, anyway, they go to the Comic-Con. Brie brings a breast pump.
Yes.
And they talk about the Barbie dolls, and someone asks a question about the Barbies. And Brie Bella makes it really inspirational.
Yeah, and she says, I cannot wait to explain to my daughter Birdie that why her mom is a Barbie doll. And she also said the fun quotable, "We don't need Ken dolls," and all the 7-year-old geek girls went wild.
Yeah, right. Which is cool. I mean, true. But I like that she's like, and then the funny thing is when she goes, I can explain why your mommy was part of the women's revolution stuff, which is true. And at the same time, I'm like, but you guys are Barbie dolls for WWE, but neither of you have wrestled for years. So we could pretend that it's not because you're both really conventionally attractive, but that's part of the reason. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Be attractive. That's great. But are you good wrestlers?
I think there needs to be like a genderqueer doll of you that you can then tell your kid, like, well,
my kid will be
I can't wait to explain to my kid why your parent is now a genderqueer doll, because we don't need Barbie or Ken.
I think my
feminism.
My kid will be like, Momo, why? Like, what am I supposed to do with this fat doll with no hair? And why is it only wearing one strap on its overalls? And I'm like, listen.
It's another $1 in the therapy jar.
Yeah. Your Momo was there for the genderqueer
Barbie revolution.
Final topic we're going to discuss with this episode is the most boring part, which was the constant break-ins at the mansion of Maurice and the Miz.
And the mom of Maurice. There's just a lot of good alliteration in this episode.
And their house keeps getting broken into. It's been broken into like 3 times. And Maurice is tired of it. And
the mom is tired of it. So basically then the drama, if you can call it that.
The manufactured mansion Ms. Maurice mom drama.
Whoa. See, we do need to be writers at least for a low-level reality show, if not the actual WWE.
Yeah.
But basically, so Maurice wants to sell the house, and the Miz doesn't because he's just being a dick.
I'm not going to let someone run me out of my house.
Yeah.
I'll teach your mom how to shoot a shotgun.
Yeah, and the mom is like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, you both need to shut up. So then they basically take her to the shooting range, which is an obvious solution.
Right.
And then, so she shoots the guns, and then she gets so tired that she passes out in the backseat of her car.
Yeah.
I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, and then the big climax is that Maurice puts the house up on the market without telling the Miz, and he sees it in the papes.
BuzzFeed, I guess.
Yeah, and then she's like, I did not know that the press would get a hold of it. And so I'm like, First of all, that's why proof this is manufactured. Because what fucking, I'm sorry, like what fucking press outlet, even TMZ, gives a fuck about whether or not Maurice and The Miz are
I know. I'm like, well, the paparazzi is following you guys around, like tracking your every move.
Like, watch out, the pops are gonna put us
like
in the
you're
papes.
like you're Beyonce and Jay-Z or something. Like really. And then Maurice gets the phone call that someone has. I love like real estate reality drama. Someone has offered full cash value on their house. She tells The Miz. He acts upset, but then they're both like, money, 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 and everything is fine. They're gonna move. Who cares?
Yeah. I love in reality shows where the camera crew is there at the exact moment that someone is like, oh, just a second, let me get my phone. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is important to the plotline, but I'm just going to answer this.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, can you repeat?
What? Let me put this on speaker.
Can you repeat what you just said to my husband now?
I've got the crew here. Can you say that louder? Thank you.
And then he just didn't respond. She was like, he's in shock.
Yeah. Then there's like a fun couple moment they have where he's like, they're offering us so much money. I'm gonna go to Vegas, and she's like, "No, you're not. You're not going to Vegas." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Vegas. I'm gonna spend all my money in Vegas." And I'm kicking you out. Oh, it's not your house anymore. I don't know. It tries really hard to be like. It just feels like heterosexual terrorism to me. I hate when they're just trying to be like, straight couples are the cutest.
Yeah, I do feel personally attacked by their straight relationship and offended. And that is also against my religion. So I will be writing into whatever channel that's on because I don't know what TV is anymore. Right. I watched it on a computer.
Men and women, they're so different, and yet they're so the same. You know what I mean? And it's so cute when they come together.
It's morally reprehensible and an abomination as well.
Yeah, and the cis guy's like, should I watch the baby? And we're like, oh my god, like, he is a hero. He's willing to watch his own child. That is a man right there. I hate it. But anyway, they move,
and we're gay, so we hate everything. So
didn't it used to be happy? Not anymore. Welcome to 2017 gay, where fuck everything. Be sure to tune in next time where we recap the pay-per-view Clash of the Champions, which is SmackDown.
Kind of alliteration, but not.
Because there's 2 C's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited either way.
Yeah. Thank you for watching Wrestle-Gay-nia.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I've been Val Nigro.
I've been El Sanchez.
And in the words of Brie, there's no shame in the pumping game.
Yes, yes, yes.